In today's video, I'm going to show you how to fix the 4T65E transmission using nothing but magnets. My name is Jeremy, this is Region Automotive, and let's get to work. So before we get into it, I'll give you a bit of a backstory and kind of just describe the situation with these 4T65E transmissions. It's actually quite a documented issue. And there is a service bulletin on it, so I'll put it in the description, just kind of put a screenshot in the video here. So pretty much what happens is the 4T65E is shared with quite a few vehicles. This is a Buick Rendezvous behind me. Pretty much any mid-2000s GM car with the V6 will have this transmission. Chevy Impala, Buick Century. I did this procedure on a Pontiac, Montana van, and it actually worked quite well. So what the problem is, from the factory, the magnets in the pan are too weak. So they get saturated in just little metal filaments and stuff from the clutches and gears. So the magnets get saturated. So the metal filings or filament or whatever floats in the fluid. And there's the clutch solenoid, the engagement solenoid that engages your forward clutches. And solenoid has a little magnet in it. So what happens is, because there's metal suspended in the fluid, the solenoid picks up the metal, and then when you kind of rev it up, like at a stop, it revs up and then it clinks into gear. That's because that solenoid's sticking from the suspended metal. So that's a bit of the explanation on the background. So first thing we're going to do is drain the pan. I'll show you how to do that. So we are under the car. Be careful not to drain your engine oil. We want the transmission pan. So it's this Texas shaped looking pan here. And unfortunately, these pans do not have a drain. I've documented on my channel before how I feel about transmission pans without drains, but it is what it is. So these are all going to be 10mm bolts. So what I'm going to do is just loosen all the bolts, and then I'll probably take these 6 or whatever off and just have the pan. I'm going to have my drain pan right underneath. So I'm going to tilt it and try to catch most of the fluid in my drain pan before taking the whole pan off. These pans are so annoying when they don't have a drain hole in them.
Geez, they don't have a drain hole.
Nope.
Wow. Get real.
I know.
You gotta be kidding me. Jesus Christ.
I know, right?
Take off the goddamn oil pan and the frickin' gasket's gone, everything.
Yeah, it's gonna be a mess here.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Tip it down from one so you can't.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do here.
Just to get it to leak a bit. Oh, it's leaking a little bit on this.
Yeah.
So, color looks good yet.
I want it to leak on this side.
Yeah, I hear you. Alright, so you saw the lengthy process to get the pan down here. I'll be honest, our pan probably could have a little bit less material in it. There's no big flakes, but there's a lot of small flakes. But the problem is right here. So this magnet, it's just a tiny little magnet, and it just gets saturated with metal to the point where no metal no longer sticks to it. So yeah, all the metal just collects at the bottom of the pan and in the fluid, and then sticks to the other magnets on those solenoids. And then yeah, just to comment, this guy has like 390,000 kilometers, so this many miles. So this has a lot of miles on it. So the fact that it's the original transmission, it's doing fine. It's actually my grandpa's vehicle. I talked to him. He said the clutch is engaged just fine on the highway. It's just that little solenoid problem. So I'm pretty confident that this will fix it. So what we're going to do is just clean this all up, get all the old fluid out, going to brake clean, get this old magnet out, do the same thing under here, clean everything up. I got a new filter, so we'll put in our new filter. and then I'll show you how I put in the magnets before I put everything back together. So I have our pan all cleaned out here, and then I just bought these magnets. You can just get earth magnets, I think they're called, on Amazon. I'll put a link down below. They really weren't much. They're like $8 or $10 maybe for the pack. They came with a pack of 4, so I cleaned everything up thoroughly, got all that material out of there, got rid of that old magnet, and just put one in its place, and then just scattered the other 3 around the pan. So then obviously we'll have a lot more magnet force now collecting that debris in the fluid. On the transmission side, I just kind of cleaned everything up, just wiped up the loose fluid that was dripping. Then I replaced the filter. The old one was kind of, took a little bit of effort to wiggle out. Just careful not to side load and break it off in there or something. I chose not to replace my seal because this transmission has been serviced recently and it was in good condition, so I just left my seal. But to put the new filter in, I put a block of wood on the corner here because that's where it goes up into that seal. And I just kind of tapped it to get it to seat in that seal. So just make sure your filter is up nice and tight. Like I said, I used a block of wood that worked quite well. So next I'm going to put on the pan and then torque it up. I'll show you once I have that on and start torquing it. So I have all my bolts started. They're just hand tight. And now I'm going to go around and torque them all to 96 foot-pounds. Or sorry, 8 foot-pounds, 96 inch-pounds. Do not torque them to 96 foot-pounds. I'm going to go around. I'll probably do crisscross. So I'm going to go one here, one there, here, there, here, there, and then I'll just go around and double check all of them. So yeah, we'll get it torqued up and then I'll clean up everything down here and then we'll add fluid in the top. We are now up top filling our fluid. This at least has a freaking dipstick up top so you can check the fluid and fill from the top. And I got this, just this Valvoline full synthetic multi-life vehicle. From my understanding, this stuff's actually quite good. So first I'm going to fill it up until it registers on the dipstick, and then I'll start it and have it in park and check the dipstick while it's running after a few minutes of running and kind of warmed up a little bit. So just to show you, the fluid's registering just at the bottom of the dipstick there, so I probably need another quart or 2. I was hoping I didn't need more than that 5 quart or 5 gallon jug or gallon jug. So yeah, anyway, the car's been running for 5 or 10 minutes, so the temperature is fine. And what you would do is just keep adding fluid once it's been running, and while it's still running, you check the level until it's in between the min and maxer. So like I said, I need about 2 more quarts. Fortunately, I don't have that on me now. And then another thing you can do, just crawl under, take a quick look, make sure your pan isn't leaking, make sure that's all sealed up. I have the fluid all topped up. Figured I'd take you guys for a drive, just show you how it's engaging now. And then yeah, you know, keep in mind the ABS engine light. This baby has 393,677,000 kilometers. So anyway, just to show the engagement, it clicks in pretty good actually. Like it, again, usually it would do it from the start here. Yeah, like that engages really good. I don't know how often it did it before. Again, this is my grandpa's vehicle, but you know, for a vehicle with the amount of mileage that I just said, I'd say that's pretty good takeoff. So let's see. I might be able to really stress it. I don't want to obviously put too much stress on this whole transmission, but I might be able to do a torque brake here. So let's see if it does it then. And if not, I'm calling that like bulletproof fixed. So let's see here. Just come to a stop. So my left foot's on the brake. Just rev it up a little bit. Yeah, so it's slipped a little bit there, but honestly not bad. Yeah, again, for old GM transmission with almost 500,000 kilometers on it, that's pretty darn good. All right, guys, so that's my video on how to improve the shift clutch engagement with the 4T65E. Pretty documented issue, like I mentioned earlier. So if you're having that issue again, where it just kind of revs up and then clicks into gear, that service procedure should definitely help. So if it did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and have a good day.